Available now. Link below.
Tonight, we uncover a story that shakes the very foundations of our republic. Imagine a scenario where the man at the helm of our nation faces questions not just about his policies, but about his very capability to lead. We're not talking hypotheticals. We're diving into the heart of a controversy that's sparking debate from the corridors of power in Washington to the kitchen tables across America. The Department of Justice, under the same administration it serves, has come forward to defend a report that paints a troubling picture of President Joe Biden's memory. And with Special Counsel Robert Hur set to testify, the stakes couldn't be higher. This isn't just another news story. It's a pivotal moment that could redefine leadership, accountability, and the future direction of our country. You won't want to miss a moment of our special report, especially the critical insights waiting in our final thought. Stay with us because the truth matters, and tonight we seek it together. Before we dive deeper into our special report, let's take a moment to address a reality hitting close to homes for many Americans. Just as the current administration grapples with questions of transparency and accountability, so too countless families face their own challenges, particularly with the soaring cost of heating their homes. It's a cold truth in today's America, but there's a beacon of warmth on the horizon. This portable mini heater, a solution to outsmart those rising bills and keep your home comfortable. Join tens of thousands making the switch. Experience the difference and stay warm without breaking the bank. Visit www.getwarmnow.com for an exclusive 55% off. Your comfort, our promise. The saga that's engulfed the nation isn't just a story of documents. It's a narrative that cuts to the core of integrity, leadership, and the sanctity of our national security. At the center of this whirlwind is President Joe Biden, whose handling of classified documents has sparked a firestorm of controversy, one that his own Department of Justice has been forced to step into. This isn't merely about political squabbles, it's about the very fabric of our republic and the standards we hold for those in the highest office. It's an unprecedented move. The DOJ, typically a pillar of impartial justice, found itself in the peculiar position of defending the actions of the administration it serves. The assertion that the Special Counsel Robert Hur's report was consistent with legal requirements and not gratuitous raises more questions than it answers. It's a rare glimpse into the inner workings of an administration caught in the crosshairs of accountability. Take a look.
The word of the day of this report came out to describe the descriptions was gratuitous, and I think that was right. There were cheap shots.
I found some of the language in the report a little bit gratuitous.
I think that this special counsel report was gratuitous.
This gratuitous language that he used.
Gratuitous language about his mental acuity.
A very gratuitous hypothetical about Biden's age.
And I think the word gratuitous is generous. There was so much unnecessary, inflammatory, and partisan kind of language that was used about President Biden in there.
There's a Justice Department tradition that you don't interfere with presidential elections. This seems like the height of interference. It's gratuitous.
Republicans making hay out of the gratuitous age comments in the report.
This is a little bit, in my view, beyond editorializing. It is gratuitous political hackery.
All of the other language, we use the word extraneous, we use the word gratuitous, but like I said, I think those are generous words. Those are just actually too nice to say. They were not supposed to be there.
What's equally troubling is the chorus of mainstream media outlets that have seemingly rallied to the administration's defense, parroting the term not gratuitous as if it were handed down to them in a morning briefing. This echo chamber, rather than serving the public interest by questioning the narrative, appears to be reinforcing it, providing cover rather than clarity. This, folks, is why many Americans feel alienated by what they see and hear in the news. It's not just about differing opinions, it's about the perceived abandonment of journalistic integrity. As we peel back the layers of this unfolding drama, the implications of Hur's upcoming testimony before Congress cannot be overstated. This isn't merely a procedural step, it's a public reckoning that promises to shed light on the murky waters of Biden's memory, his handling of classified documents, and the potential breach of national security. The very notion that a sitting president could be so cavalier with sensitive information is alarming, to say the least. But let's not forget the broader context here. This controversy doesn't exist in a vacuum. It speaks to a larger pattern of behavior and a troubling trend of cognitive decline that has been openly discussed and debated. The defense mounted by Biden's DOJ, rather than quelling the concerns, has only added fuel to the fire, prompting many to question not just the president's fitness for office, but the transparency and accountability of his administration. Special Counsel Robert Hur's report and his forthcoming testimony are pivotal. They represent a moment in truth in a narrative that has been characterized by an obfuscation and deflection. The findings that Biden may have willfully retained classified documents cast a long shadow over the White House and raise profound questions about the judgment and integrity of the man at the helm. Yet, amidst this turmoil, there's a palpable sense of anticipation for what many see as a beacon of hope on the horizon: the prospect of Trump's return in 2024. This isn't merely wishful thinking among his supporters. It's a reflection of a growing sentiment that the nation needs a leader with the clarity of vision, the strength of conviction, and the unwavering commitment to American ideals. Take a look.
In addition, I know there's some attention paid to some language in the report about my recollection of events. There's even reference that I don't remember when my son died. How in the hell dare he raise that? Frankly, when I was asked the question, I thought to myself, it wasn't any of their damn business. Let me tell you something. Some of you have commented, I wear since the day he died, every single day, the rosary he got from Our Lady of... Every Memorial Day, we hold a service remembering him, attended by friends and family and the people who loved him. I don't need anyone to remind me when he passed away. Simple truth is, I sat for a 5-hour interview over 2 days of events, going back 40 years.
The contrast couldn't be more stark. On one hand, we have a president embroiled in scandal, defended by his own DOJ, and facing serious questions about his capacity to lead. On the other, we have the looming possibility of Trump's comeback, a scenario that excites many Americans who long for a return to policies that prioritize national security, economic prosperity, and the restoration of America's standing on the world stage. The mainstream media's role in this saga is particularly noteworthy. Their coverage or lack thereof of the nuances of this case, the critical examination of the facts, and the exploration of the implications for national security speaks volumes. It's a glaring example of the media's selective engagement with the truth, choosing instead to focus on narratives that align with their preferred political outcomes. This bias not only undermines the media's credibility, but also deprives the public of a comprehensive understanding of the issues at stake. As we navigate through these waters, it's essential to remember the importance of holding our leaders to account, demanding transparency, and advocating for the principles that underpin our republic. The unfolding drama of Biden's classified documents scandal and the questions surrounding his cognitive fitness are not just political fodder. They're a reflection of the challenges facing our nation. The call for Trump's return in 2024, therefore, is more than just a political rallying cry. It's a manifestation of the desire for leadership that is clear-eyed, decisive, and unencumbered by the controversies that have come to define the current administration. It's a call to return to a governance that puts America first, respects the rule of law, and upholds the highest standards of integrity and accountability. As we look to the future, it's clear that the path ahead is fraught with challenges, but it's also filled with opportunity. The opportunity to reclaim principles that have made America great, to restore faith in our institutions, and to rekindle the spirit of leadership that prioritizes the well-being and security of the American people above all else. Before our final thought, an important message from our own Gary Franchi.
That's right. With the 2024 election on the horizon, we're bombarded with crafted narratives aimed at swaying public opinion. My new book that you need to get, it's called The Silent Coup. It exposes the orchestrated efforts of political elites and their media cohorts to manipulate the narrative. This is a call to cut through the deceit. Arm yourself with the truth by getting your copy today. The link to this critical tool for clarity is in the description below, and you might just find a special offer there. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Gary. Make sure you tap the link in the description to secure Gary's new ebook, The Silent Coup. And now for our final thought. In tonight's report, we pulled back the curtain on a story of national concern, not just for its immediate implications, but for what it signifies about the state of our leadership and the direction of our country. The defense of our President Biden by his own Department of Justice amidst revelations of classified documents mishandling and questions of cognitive decline underscores a broader crisis of accountability and transparency. This isn't merely about one man's failings, it's a reflection of the standards we uphold for those in the highest office of our land. As the prospect of Trump's return in 2024 grows stronger, it represents not just a political shift, but a hope for a renewal of those founding principles that have long guided our republic. This story matters because it's about the very essence of our democracy, the integrity of our leadership, and the future we envision for America. It's a call to action for every citizen to remain vigilant, informed, and engaged. Thank you for watching. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe and tell a friend.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.